My name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got a very special guest, and I got a co-host.
Oh.
And you guys can guess the co-host, because it's the same one every time, Dave Fournier. And my guest is Dan Elwell.
Otherwise known as Buck the Ross.
Yes, Buck, right there. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
David.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's get right into it. Where'd you grow up?
Lynn, Massachusetts.
Lynn, Massachusetts. Lynn,
Wonderful.
the
Yes, the city of sin. You
Yeah.
never go out the way you come in.
Exactly.
Absolutely true.
I grew up in Lowell, so it's kind of similar.
Yeah, but say Lowell, I think it's overtaken Lynn since then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When did you first see pro wrestling?
It was way back in the day. I'm in my 40s, so I watched it like on MTV when they just showed like clips.
Yeah.
So I watched, my first match was actually the Iron Sheik versus Hogan, and it wasn't live. They always showed like, best of.
Right.
So I was watching that, and like I was just in awe of like the ultimate battle of good and evil. And you watch it back now, and it's like, man, Hogan was a prick in that match. He's like choking him with a flag.
Yeah, he was.
Irate, and I'm like, I remember this being the ultimate battle of good and evil. What the?
Right? That's funny. Who were some of your favorites when you first started watching wrestling?
I grew up watching Barry Ace.
Wow. That was not expected.
Yeah, I don't find that.
Barry
I
Ace?
feel bad for you that you had to watch Barry Ace.
He's the greatest of all time. Man. He's a black belt. He can break bricks with his head. He can swing his arms so hard it sets off fire alarms. I was there live to see
You
that.
gotta be joking.
Barry Ace.
You gotta be joking.
Barry Ace.
He's the
Not
worst
bad.
wrestler in the world.
Disparaging the good
But
man.
how did you
Barry
grow up
Ace.
watching Barry Ace? Like,
Yeah.
1985.
He's like younger than you.
Around there? No.
Isn't he?
He's like always been around. Come on.
He has been around
Right?
a long time, but
Yeah, him and Bob.
I grew up watching him. He's my favorite.
All right then.
enough.
Okay. Were your friends and family into it?
Yeah. My dad and my grandparents are really into it too. My grandfather was like really good about like before the internet. Like he knew everything,
Yeah.
all the inside stuff. Like how'd you know that? Like I don't know. He just knew everything.
That's cool. When did you go to your first show? Or were you in the business by that time?
Kinda. Yeah. I went to like a house show way back in the day. I saw Taker versus Farouk in a cage. I don't know where it was. Somewhere in New Hampshire.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. And what about on your indie show, a first indie show?
Just with WAW and
Okay. All right.
the Taker
still
Farouk
do.
match was in Durham.
Durham. Yes. Okay.
What's that?
The Taker Farouk match that he was
I think it's-
referring to.
Oh, in Durham, New
Blue
Hampshire?
Cage,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
He was there.
Okay.
You were there?
UNH. I was not there.
Not
but
there.
I remember I didn't go.
Guy
to that
knows
one,
him,
but
man.
Okay. When did you decide that you wanted to wrestle?
I don't know. It just kept coming up. Like I had a bunch of friends that were doing it, and I just always had it in my life. Like I just kept doing it. Like
Right?
just walked into the wheels fell off, and my wheels fell off.
Okay. Who trained you?
Fatuli.
Rob Vituli?
Yeah,
Okay.
He came down WAW. He really gave us like a lot of those guys from the Kowalskis, like last class.
Yeah.
Like him and Staples, Alex Jace. He told me like all the terms, and I really credit them with
Okay.
everything I know.
All right. Tell us about your first match.
My first match in WAW was with Troy Garbo, and I feel like it was like a pretty awesome match for a first match. And like, because it was funny, because I remember seeing Troy Garbo on TV. He's as skinny as I am. I was like, I could take that guy.
Yeah.
And I show up like,
Right.
we got to put him with Garbo, because I look just like him, and I was like the evil Garbo. So that was like my gimmick for the longest time, was like being evil Garbo.
All right. Dave, want to start off with the fan questions?
Sure. We'll
I
start
got a
with
lot of
this one.
fans.
From Steve Supa.
Super!
If you could go back and do it all over again, what would you change or do differently in your WAW career?
Whew. So the first thing, my big move was I'd back into the corner, pull down my knee pad, run and jack him in the head with my knee. I'd stop doing that because, fun fact, the human head, way harder than the knee.
Yeah.
Way hard.
Yeah.
So I wrecked myself in like 2 years doing that move. But if I could do it all again, I'd do it all again,
All right. I got a three-parter, Dave.
Ooh.
From Philip Kelly.
Yeah, okay. Nick Rage.
Favorite match you've seen live?
Anything with Nick Rage in it.
With who?
Nick Rage, that's the Philip.
Okay. That's who? That's
Also-
Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's also with Barry Ace.
Gotcha.
Barry Ace guy, also.
I still can't believe that. Barry Ace. Your favorite match you've called?
Probably Effo's last match. Effo was like huge with WAW. He was like our John Cena. He he was very special to us in his last match. He was like man of his word. We made it big. We packed that place like to the point where like we had people up in the balcony, we had people outside
Right.
watching from the window, and it felt great. Like that was one I remember like being really proud of, and I really like just yelled my head off that whole match.
Right.
Real proud of that one.
Awesome.
Really great memories of that night.
Okay. And who's your favorite Canadian WAW champion? It's got to be this guy, I would imagine, right? He's from Canada, right?
The single greatest Canadian athlete
They
of all
can't
time.
stop asking
Nick Rage.
questions about themselves.
Always putting themselves over.
Everybody puts themselves over.
You know, APMO, always putting myself over.
Exactly.
I came up with that with Chad Epic.
All right,
I
Chad
gave-
Epic.
yeah.
Love
Chad's a
Chad.
great guy.
Love Chad.
Jack of
Dave,
all trades.
Dave, please.
All right.
Now, remember, read the name, too.
Yes, Patrick Martell.
Okay.
Two-parter here on this one. First, your favorite moment of Murphy's.
Is that a bar?
That was where we had WAW down in
Okay.
Manchester.
Okay.
Murphy's Bare Knuckle Gym. Probably my first legacy where I accidentally broke a window with my crutch. We're in this big multi-person match, and I hit someone with a crutch. I knew I didn't want to drop it in the ring because people were going to be landing on
Right.
it. So I tried to throw it out of the ring. It ricocheted up the top rope, boom, right through the window. Like, and I'm fired. Like, oh, but you know.
They let you come back.
Yeah.
Did you have to pay for the window?
Yeah, you have to pay for the window.
I offered to pay for it, but at the time, Mr. Murphy owned it, and I was like, "Listen, man, I'm sorry. It's like one of my first matches. I was nervous.
Right.
Like, don't worry about it." Like, thought it was hilarious. So I kind of
He felt bad for you because Barry Ace is your favorite wrestler.
Well, I think
Funny story. I mean, I know we have questions here, but I actually saw Barry Ace about 6 months ago at a bar in Lowell. Like, randomly ran into him.
you're so lucky. You get his
What
autograph.
bar were you in?
It was in Blue Shamrock.
Was he
in
smoking
Lowell.
a cigar?
Okay.
He wasn't inside, obviously, because the bar doesn't allow
Right,
it.
right. You saw Barry, though. I haven't seen him in years.
Looks totally different. I wouldn't have known except for somebody else that was with me.
Oh, he's
Said
Pointed out.
He's like best shape of his life. He looks incredible now.
All right. You got a
And the
second part,
part
right?
of this was, what's your favorite uprising moment?
That must be a faction.
Yeah, they're always putting themselves over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Patrick Martell was
That's
part
it.
of that.
Patrick Martell's a part of it.
Of course he is.
So yeah, something with Patrick Martell in it, of course. Wink.
Right?
Oh, you guys.
There's going to be a
Any
theme,
questions
I think,
about
with these-
me,
I think
or-
there's gonna be a theme with questions
Well,
today.
what was the second part?
That was it.
That was the second
first part
part,
was
like-
favorite moment of Murphy's. The second part was what's your favorite uprising moment.
Oh, okay. So what is it? What about your uprising moment?
I remember.
Were you in the uprising?
Well, that probably my favorite part was like they just randomly just gave me one of their T-shirts,
And they said you're in the group.
Yeah, just like didn't tell me like during the show they threw me the shirt. I'm like going nuts, like oh, look at that, I'm a part of them now. Like, and they never mentioned again.
Oh,
like
that's funny.
it's kind of the stuff we did, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dave Delafontaine, good dude.
Yes, indeed.
How much saran wrap have you gone through? And I want to know, what does this mean? I found
my
this
God.
question. What did you do with the saran wrap?
So
Dan?
we were big on like ribs.
Yeah.
So I didn't come up with this. Is Alex Chase again, Staples. We had this guy who kept messing with his bag. So like
Yeah.
he padlocked his bag so he wouldn't mess with it.
Right.
So we continued to mess with the bag by like, I held it up and he took the roll of saran wrap and did the whole roll like
Over
a
and
deluxe
over and
thing,
over,
to the
yeah.
point where it's a giant red bag, you couldn't see it. It was
Wow.
like just like a cocoon.
Yeah.
And he comes in just pissed, like, where's my bag? And like, it's right where you left it. Where's my bag? It's
And
right
he
where you
couldn't
left it.
see it
And he's
because
looking
it's-
at it like, and he's like pressing on it. So you kind of see like the pink.
Yeah.
It's like, is that my bag? It's like, it's your bag.
So how many containers of saran wrap did it take?
We used like, he had a big deluxe one, but
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, I continued to do it with other people's stuff. I did
Yeah.
it with the championship belts. And they'd be running around looking for the belts all the time. One time I did with Garbo's
people
belt.
want to kill you.
Oh, yeah. I had Garbo's belt one time, and I put it back in his bag like right before the match.
Yeah.
So the whole night, he's looking for his belt. He's looking for his belt. He's looking for his belt. I sneak it in, and you hear in the background, guys, it was in my bag the whole time. And I'm like laughing like
Oh my
hysterically.
God, that is funny.
Like, you literally saw it like it was in his bag the whole time. But like,
Right.
I had it.
Go ahead, Dave.
All right, so Dan Ruckus, he's got several questions here.
That's cool. He asked a couple questions the last episode.
That's right, he did.
Dan Ruckus is a good guy.
His first question is, what was your favorite WAW match?
Ooh.
That I was in? We had one where like I pretty much my last match where I fought Draven Phelps for the WWE Championship. And this is after like we split apart and like the whole thing went sideways, and that was supposed to be like our last time, like as a group, and that was our send off. Was like they pretty much gave me the championship, and that was a big deal for me, and
Cool.
it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. He could have just left with the belt, and
Right.
it's what we thought was going to happen.
Well, that was cool.
So yeah, no, very special moment. for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. He did say either in or commentating on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And commentating on. That's right. I remember writing that down. What was the favorite match you commentated?
We pretty much had it. It was FO's last match, probably my favorite
Yeah.
commentary. But like,
Wasn't a Barry Ace match?
Yeah. You know you're never going to live that down now.
I wish I wore my Barry Ace shirt tonight.
Oh, man.
If I come back, I'm wearing my Barry Ace shirt. I have it somewhere.
I don't know if you're coming
It's
back.
a little old.
I'm just teasing you.
We
there.
love you, Barry.
I'll be back
just
with Barry
kidding.
Ace.
No, you would love Barry. I don't.
I know
I'm not
Barry
gonna
Ace's
lie.
publicist. I think I can get him here if you guys
No,
want him
that's
bad
all
enough.
right. I'll pass.
If you ask nice enough, I can get him here.
Nope, ain't happening.
I got inside.
Yeah, Dave, give another Dan Ruckus
Does
question.
the Dan Ruckus versus Jesse Rotten legacy still exist?
Yes. Watch it all the time. You'll never see it, Dan.
Does he have another one?
You'll never see it, Dan.
One last
Yeah.
question. What is the best dessert?
Ooh.
I've been like big on nutty bars lately.
Yeah?
I don't know what it is. I eat like a box of nutty bars. Like,
Are those like the ones with the peanut butter in them?
yeah, they're like
Yeah, I like them. I do like them too.
Get a box for like
wafers.
$2. Yeah, the wafers.
Yeah,
chocolate
they're
wafers.
awesome. They are good.
It's funny. I don't like Reese's cups. I don't like other peanut butter chocolate, but those.
I've been eating a lot of Smart Food kettle corn.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's really good,
Yeah,
man.
any kind of kettle corn is good too.
Kettle corn is good. And any type of ice cream too. I like ice cream. I don't know. What do you like, Dave, for dessert?
For dessert, my favorite is the vanilla Oreos, with the white cookies, not
Yeah.
the chocolate ones.
Cool. All right.
A fun tip though, if you ever get candy from Giant Psycho, don't eat it because it's special candy. You don't want to.
Does it like affect you?
Yeah.
Oh, I want a lot of that candy though. What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know I'm personally
Just
gonna
when you're on
avoid it.
live, like
Yeah, he
I
has to
found the hard
avoid
way.
it.
Yeah.
Dave has to avoid edibles.
Oh man, that stuff puts me on my ass. Yeah, I gotta be careful with it.
All right. Teresa Kerr.
Oh, Delilah Hayden,
Yes.
my favorite people.
Talk about your character nicknames and how they came about.
Yeah,
The
I've had a lot.
sexual Tyrannosaurus
Sexual tyrant.
and the nihilist?
Denialist.
Well, now what? Did I say it wrong?
No, that's nihilist.
Okay, I said it right.
The sexual tyrannosaurus. You know where that came from, right?
No.
No, from Jesse the Body and Predator when he's
Oh,
in the
really?
chopper. He's like,
I
this stuff will
didn't
make you
even
a
think of that.
goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. And I just sit there during a promo one time and like Paul
He's
Clement told me like,
stuck.
yeah, and Paul Clement told me, don't you ever call yourself that again. And I went up to the guy that does the ring announcing and I was like,
Introduce me as that, right?
yeah, introduce me as that.
Yeah.
And that's a rip to Paul
Yeah,
Clement,
of
and it's stuck for
course.
years. People still call me that.
That's awesome that you had him.
I went right to
He
peel
said,
for
don't ever say that
Don't
again.
you ever
you
say that
make it
again.
ring it. That's awesome. Dave would ring an out for that for you. The sexual
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus.
That's where all my
He
nicknames
just
came
does
from.
what he's
There's-
told.
Tells me to do, I do. I ain't arguing with anybody.
Oh my God. All right. Dave, go ahead. You got another one.
This one's just more of a comment.
Okay.
From Dennis Patrick Conway. He says, my favorite
Nice.
tag team partner of all time.
And,
Nice.
yeah, likewise. He's my
Derek's a
favorite.
good dude, man.
Very good
I like
dude.
him a lot. Him and Delilah
I used to rip
and myself,
him the worst of anybody.
we're the guinea pig lovers. We all have guinea pigs.
Oh, my God,
They got
yeah.
guinea pigs. I got guinea
good.
pigs. But I only have 2 guinea pigs, and when they're gone, they're dead. So I told them both they got to die together, or that one of them's going to be lonely.
Well, they're on their second set right now, but
Yeah.
they're.
But I talk about
That's
all
their-
the
that's their
time, man. They're
kids,
cool,
yeah,
man.
like, oh,
yeah,
man.
that's their kids. Yep.
Oh man,
Yep. That's funny. All right, Steven Russo.
Russo.
Love you, Buck. What are
Love
your
you too,
top
Steve.
3 legacy matches?
Does that
Thanks.
mean one
Thanks, Steven.
I'm in, or just in general?
What are your top?
In general,
either
FO
or,
versus
you
Chris
could say.
Shady. FO versus Christian Sane.
Yeah.
Ladder match. That was one of my first. That was the one where I almost got fired.
Okay.
That was the
Oh,
main
for the
event.
Crutch.
Yeah. Sane's not with it anymore, so that was a very special night. Man, so many great ones. Like, God, put me on the spot.
Barry Ace don't have any.
I had a match with Barry Ace, a bare knuckle fight.
Yeah.
So that's got to go on there.
I'm sorry about that.
I lived to tell the tale. Those hands are registered weapons with the police, and I beat him in a bare knuckle fight. So that's how tough
I
I
thought
am.
you were talking about your hands were.
No, Barry Ace. He's a 5th degree black belt. I haven't checked lately. I'll have to check his IMDb.
I'm almost 60 years
Yeah.
old, and I'd whoop his ass. almost 60
I don't know,
years old.
Leo, have you seen the size of Barry?
Dude, I
Have
don't
you seen
care.
the size of Barry Ace now?
I'm
He's
sorry.
not that little guy that we knew from 20 years ago.
Yeah, no. Come on now. Let's be real.
Just saying.
Let's be real.
And I had a pure match with Delilah Hayden, so I'll put that on there.
Nice, nice. All right. Let me go next.
Go with it.
Tara Nicole.
Tara,
You know Tara?
Stelina Cardinelli.
Who is it?
Stelina Cardinelli. is
Okay,
her-
cool.
her-
Yep.
she can probably put herself over. Watch. 3, 2.
What pizza will you order next time you're
Oh, she
on
did put herself
commentary?
over.
Did it?
Oh,
Oh no, she did on the next one.
okay. I see. I was like, I got you, Stelina.
So what pizza will you order next time you're on commentary, and where do you get the pizza?
Where did we get? She ordered it somewhere. Like we're in the middle of the show on commentary.
She brought pizza over?
Orders pizza. Like I put her
Nice.
up to it, and the pizza guy comes in. And he's like at the door, like, and like this place is full of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Match is going on. I'm just like waving them in. We're eating pizza at the table while doing commentary,
Yeah.
and
Was the pizza good?
it was great pizza. She's got a gluten thing, so it was like
Yeah.
gluten free and all this.
My
but-
my son's daughter's
Yeah.
has to eat gluten free stuff, and it really isn't much of a difference in
No,
a
it was
gluten
like thin
free. It
crust.
really
was good.
isn't.
Really good.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. All right. She also said, "Who's your favorite tag team, and why is it Team Pumpkin Spice Latte?" Yeah, it's not. It's,
We're the Pumpkin Spice Twins.
I was gonna say you're in
she's
the tag
also-
team with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I have this thing where like this is one time she's like, I got an extra coffee you want? He's like, sure. He's like, but it's pumpkin spice. Like, I love pumpkin spice. And nobody will let me live it down. To this day, everybody's
Right.
like, I'm the
I
pumpkin
like
spice
pumpkin
guy.
spice
That's
too.
great. I love pumpkin
It is.
spice.
It's awesome.
I don't know. It's just some the way I look, like you wouldn't think I like pumpkin spice, but I love pumpkin spice. And I just like lived it up to like,
Yeah.
I just put it in everybody's face. Like I always had one like in my hand when I walked in WW. And everybody
Nice.
just picked on me, but like I didn't care. I like my pumpkin spice. It's my pumpkin spice twin.
There you go. It's good stuff, pumpkin spice. I always
Right.
get one when it comes around. I do. I get one from Dunkin' Donuts.
Something to look forward to. you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. You want to go? Or you want me to go?
You can go from one.
All right. Paul Andrews got a two-parter.
Paul Clement.
What's a dream commentary team? Don't say it.
You think I'm going to say Barry Ace?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Don't-
he's more of a fighter than a talker. So
Wow, he really has changed.
right? Oh, he'll talk too. He'll tell you all about all his accomplishments and all the famous people he's met. But I don't know. Part being Chad Epic's great. I love working with him.
Yeah.
I worked
I
mostly
would
with.
too. I'd like to work. Chad's awesome.
But I think my favorite person to work with was Shaq Silvanigan. He
Yeah.
didn't get brought up too much, but like he was like. I grew up watching like Ventura and Monsoon.
Yep. They were great together.
They were like, yeah, to me, that's like the greatest commentary team. And
Yeah.
we really had that vibe to it because I was more like the Ventura. He was more the straight guy.
So wait, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, but you
Must
really
be.
think Jesse and Gorilla were better than Gorilla and Bobby? Heenan?
I
Did they do
think,
commentary?
I do think Jesse and Gorilla was great though.
Yeah.
I do think Ian was a little better with them, but not by a lot though. Honestly,
I thought
Jesse was
I like
really
Jesse better
good.
than Vince. I always liked Jesse.
Ooh,
yeah,
he-
yeah.
No, he was good with Vince. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, on the main event, yeah. No, that was
definitely. But I do like.
But that's the dynamic I'm talking about. You gotta have that one straight guy with
Right,
the
yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
absolutely.
when I'm with Chad Epic, like we're the same dude. Like
Yep.
we're very like over the top. We're very
Have you ever done commentary with Todd Graham?
yes.
Because I'm sure that would be good too. Because I love Todd.
Again, it's we're kind of like the same dude, so it's not like the same guy talking.
Right, right.
And he said that right after too. It's like, man, it's hard working with you because it's like two of me.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? It was, but it was fun. Like we have the same.
Because I
humor.
know Todd does it for NCW
he does. Yeah.
a lot.
We did it. We did a couple. I did like a show with Sabu, with Todd, and I did like some Newton show with him too.
Okay.
So yeah, no. I'm familiar with
All
it.
right. Paul's got a second question.
Yeah.
Who would you have to work play-by-play with?
Is that the same?
It's like the same kind of question, I
I was
think.
going to say, it sounds the same.
Dream commentary, who would you have to work play-by-play with? So you're the color commentator then?
Yeah.
All right. So who would you really, with Chad?
Yeah.
Because I can see that.
Yeah.
Barry Ace.
Various.
No, never mind the Barry Ace. Chad though, I love Chad Epic. I do.
The best.
Great,
The best.
great dude.
Chad.
And Barry, I'm just teasing you. I don't have anything against you.
Chad's a great guy.
He is.
Jack of all trades. A commentator, ring announcer,
Chad,
referee.
Todd, and GK Durant.
Yeah.
3 guys that will, if they come to your show, they can do anything for you. Ring announce, referee, commentator. Honestly, all 3 of them guys can do whatever's needed. They're very,
That's what
honestly, if
makes
you
you
had
valuable.
those guys at your show, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It makes you valuable. It definitely does.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Dave.
All right. So Alex Volpe wants me to say,
Volpe.
you're going to have to.
Is that his name? Volpe. Well, how do you say it?
How do you say it?
Volpe.
Volpe.
Jerry Phil.
That's right, Volpe.
I apologize, Alex.
Everybody's using a government name, so like I'm not even used to hearing them myself. We're all calling each other by our gimmicks, so it's like Alex. Oh yeah, Al. Yeah. What did Al want?
So he says, and now you're going to have to hear me out on this.
Okay.
You're going to have to help me get through this one, kid. He says, ask him if that line brings back any memories.
Oh man, I think it was my birthday. We were down in Gloucester in the storage bin we had for WAW, and I was just drunk as hell. I blacked out. Don't remember the show, so I'm watching it back.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm in the ring with a bat, in a battle royal. It's like I don't remember being in that ring.
Right.
And Alex had to tell me, like, I could tug on his shirt, like, bro, you're gonna have to get me through this one, brother, you gotta watch battle for me, brother. And, like, somebody punched me in the face, I just fell over, and I was like on my back like a turtle, like the whole time. Like it was a nightmare. I was like,
not like the toxic turtles when they tried to, they couldn't roll back over there on the ship.
I was literally the toxic turtle for that match.
That's a riot. All right, I got one, Dave. Nicholas Parks.
Yeah, that's Chester Bennett.
Funniest thing you've witnessed in wrestling?
So many times. Like I remember, like we did commentary like together so many years, and like we'd constantly. It was like we had some of the worst wrestlers, to be honest. Like in WW, we had like all these newcomers,
Like Barry Ace.
like Barry Ace, and like Barry Ace would screw something up, and we'd like look at each other, and like we'd give each other the look, and we just burst out laughing. We have to hit the mute button, and there's so many times like that. Like Barry Ace would like a lot of it would be Barry Ace, like just. The time he like stopped the smoke alarm I was talking about, like he had a practice dummy, he was like karate chopping it. And like the dummy was propped up against the wall. Didn't realize behind the wall was a fire alarm, and he karate chopped the fire alarm and had to evacuate the building.
Wow. That's crazy. Dave, you remember the pro wrestling marathon?
Yes. I wasn't there, but
Maria set off the fire alarm when she burnt the popcorn. Oh, it was hilarious, man. The fire department there, and I'm like, it wasn't me. It was like, when I put it was all her. Oh, I threw her under the bus.
I was in an RCW show, and it was Dick Lane and Stephen Lust.
Yeah.
And the fire alarm went off. They continued to fight into the parking lot while they were getting evacuated.
Yeah.
And it was freezing out. It was like 30 degrees out.
No kidding.
Great time.
Nice. All right, I got one.
Yes.
Richard Reginald Knight.
Oh, Reggie.
Reggie's
Check
back
Reggie.
on the show. Thanks for
It's officially a Leo Connor show. We got
Yes,
Reggie.
thank you for the question, Reggie. If you had bionic knees and could wrestle one more time, who's your dream opponent? And don't say it's Richard Reginald Knight. I'm just kidding. You can say whoever you
His
want.
first name would be Barry. His last name would be Ace. That's who I want my last match to be. And it was my last match, and I wanted it to stay that way.
I have a feeling if you wrestle him, it might be your last match.
Yeah, that's anytime you're fighting that man, it could be the last time you're alive.
Dave, I'm going to go one more.
Sure, go for it.
Todd Graham.
Todd Graham.
And I like this question a lot. I really do. WAW means a lot of different things to a lot of people.
Right.
What does it mean to you? Hashtag pirate ship.
That's what I called it. I called it the pirate ship because we were the pirates. We were bootleg wrestling, and everybody hated us. And everybody felt like they were the sailors, and we were the pirates. That's how I felt like we were always the underground. We were always punk rock. We were always.
Yeah.
That's what WWE means to me.
Cool. All right.
We were hated, but you know what? A little heat never bothered me.
Well, but I mean, the way he put that is true, though. I mean, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people because there's a lot of people that have been involved.
Everybody that came through there loved it. Like it was a little cult. We're all friends to this day.
Right.
We all hang out.
That's cool.
I've never seen a locker room that was as close as we were.
Nice, I'll go. Thundercat Matt.
Thundercat Matt, my brother.
Teresa Kerr. Is it your real brother?
My brother.
Oh, wow.
Shoot brother.
Oh, don't kid it. Teresa Kerr. Let's not forget the Flying Hoodlum and Nad Greco Dope. He's had some great names. I actually like the Flying Hoodlum.
The Flying Hoodlum.
That's a pretty good name.
I just heard some British guy like yell it out, like got to start like holy Flying Hoodlums, and like I just.
That is a good name.
And that's like my first wrestling name. Like I didn't know what the hell to call myself, so I was like, for the mask, I was the Flying Hoodlum.
Introducing the Flying Hoodlum Sexual Tyrannosaurus.
And it's still my Instagram name is Flying Hoodlum.
That's awesome.
It's my Xbox name. If you want to hit me up on
Is
Xbox,
it really?
Flying Hoodlum.
Good, Dave.
All right. These are several questions from, hopefully I don't butcher his name, Jeff Duchamp or Duchamp?
Duchamp.
Oh.
Johnny Psycho.
So his first question is the first thought you had when that crutch hit the window. And I know we talked about that a little bit already.
I should have read these over. I didn't realize it was going to be retreading, but yeah. So, like that was in 08, and I still get ribbed about it, like to this day. So, yeah, like I threw it on my shoulder, bumped on the top ropes, crashed, and I'm just sitting there like, fired.
Right.
So I just like fought that match like it was my last match. But
Jesus.
No, I was there until the day's closed. So.
Yeah. Good, Dave.
Then Jeff says the worst food ordering or dining experience either before or after a show.
Ooh.
Yeah, so when we went to Gloucester, my riding team was Johnny Psycho and Freaking Flax.
Yeah.
And we'd always get the worst Denny's or whatever's open that late. And like, it's a good thing we had like, some other stuff to like make us hungry because it was some of the worst food ever.
I love that stuff. That makes you hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, Mom.
But Gloucester, you got the worst food I've ever had.
Really? Yeah. Seriously? Yeah?
Shoot, yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Good, Dave.
Freaking Flax, the guy with the longest intro in professional wrestling.
Oh, Flax. I love Flax.
When's the Freaking Flax show?
Oh, he's coming up.
All right.
He's coming
All right.
up.
You got to have him on there, man.
Absolutely.
Guy's king of good times.
Every time I ring announce when he's on a show, he has to write, and it takes up probably half the page at least to introduce him.
It's a rib. Like he likes to like make sure.
That's awesome.
You got
Good guy, great guy.
No, he is a great guy. I love Flax. He's a cool guy.
All right, the last question from Jeff says, what's your least fave? Well, I guess that's the move of the night.
Say that again?
It says,
I
what's
guess
your
it's the move
least
of the night.
fave? Well, I guess that's the move of the night.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's Johnny Psycho, man. He's a little strange.
All right. Dustin Healy, Joey Warner. Who are some of the wrestlers you feel most proud of?
Oh man.
Tell me it's got to be Joey. It's got to be
Joey's
in there.
on there.
No doubt.
But I feel like Joey was like, I didn't wrestle with him. I was already like this.
Yeah.
But I was
already like this when I met Joey.
Yeah. So I don't think I really showed him. I got in the ring with him a couple times, showed him some stuff, and like,
He's killing it now.
He
really is.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He's doing really good.
He's finally realizing he's one of the best. That was the only problem. Like everybody believed in him except for himself.
Right.
But I gotta go with the Steves for that one. Like Stephen Lust and Stephen Broad, they started in WAW and like it's funny because I thought they were from somewhere else because they were so like full of themselves and like they were so carried themselves like they were wrestlers like
from my
they were
hometown.
never green. Yeah, they were never green. They were never green as this set. They were always wonderful and
what? But there's no what green?
What
There's
green?
no green.
This is a wonderful state of the art '90s. Yeah, looks different up close.
It definitely looks a little different up close. Absolutely.
You say they're from your hometown, Leo?
Lowell, baby. Lowell, Massachusetts.
From Lowell?
Mill City.
Barry Ace.
He's from Tewksbury.
The Mill City Samurai.
He's from Tewksbury.
Mill
Do
City
not
Samurai.
say he's from Lowell. Barry Ace is from Tewksbury.
He lives in Lowell now, I think.
Maybe he lives in Lowell, but he's from Tewksbury.
Fair enough.
Born and raised in Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Is there a way to have like a Barry Ace meter in a corner of how many times he
No, but you know something? This is the very first time that his name's ever come up on the show. It's never 341
How do you talk about wrestling
episodes.
and not talk about Barry Ace?
Oh my
The
God.
Barry Ace.
Shameful. All right. Listen, Joey says, why forks? Why forks?
I love him.
You love
Listen, if God didn't want me putting them in some people's eyes, he wouldn't have made them the exact length of someone's eyeball. They were like the perfect fit.
So you like Abby then?
Yeah, Abdullah
You
the
like
Butcher.
Abdullah Butcher,
That's-
except for you're 1/8 the size of Abby. Because Abby's a big boy,
He
man.
is.
Very
He was.
big boy.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
He's still with us?
Yeah, he is. He's still
with us?
alive. Abby's still with us.
Sorry,
Dan.
Abby. Sorry.
Can I tell you something? I met Abby at Sports World. Phil Adamant, right? And some guy was like running the thing. It wasn't Phil. And we had left, but I wanted to get a picture, but I didn't have any batteries. And all of a sudden, my son says, Dad, look, Sarah, my daughter had a toy. took it out, put it in the camera, boom, went inside. The guy said, no, you already had your chance. And Abby said, he bought 2 autographs. Let's go. And he took 2 pictures with me.
Yeah, one of them.
One was with a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wanted to go to his restaurant so bad. I was always a fan.
I still have the business card from his restaurant that he
Do
gave
you
me.
really?
So
I
I met him back
took him
in
up
the
there.
late 90s when he worked for Tony Rumble.
Yeah.
And funny, it so ruined it for me because when you meet the guy, one, he's the nicest guy you could meet.
Yeah, he is a nice
And
guy.
he talks like Mickey Mouse, like, hi, I'm Abby, how you doing?
Yeah. He does sound like a Mike Tyson type guy.
But one of the,
Very cool.
one of the nicest guys I've ever
He
met.
really was a very nice guy. But very dangerous wrestler to get in the ring with.
Literally.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't want to
stabbing people with the fork for no reason like that. They didn't agree to it, and he's stabbing people with it, you know?
As a kid, I remember watching
Living the gimmick, I guess. I don't really know. But he, like you said, though, Dave, he really is a very, very nice guy. You know? All right, I think Joey's got one more.
Joey Warner.
Well, we already answered this, but if you could go back in there, who would be, if you could go back, no, it's a little different. If you could go back in there, who would be on your list? So it'd be more than just one person then.
I'd fight Joey Warner.
Yeah.
I'll get my ass kicked, but I'll fight.
Like I said, Joey's killing it, man. He really is.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, man.
I
Improving.
love it
ground.
with the Void. Like I make sure I go out
Yeah.
there and check them out. He's with Delilah now.
Right.
And the other guy is one of my good friends too. I'm not gonna out him, but you know.
Yep.
So that's like a very cool group of people. I'm really pulling for them, and I want to get like one of their Void shirts because they're
Nice.
awesome.
Cool.
I want to support those guys.
Awesome. Billy Box.
Billy Box,
Hot
Buddy Bill.
Deathmatch, Billy.
Oh, he's the best.
Do you prefer domestic or foreign manufactured forks?
Now, when
I thought he was going to say beer. And why?
it's important to have a good fork when you're wrestling.
Yeah.
Don't get the cheap stuff, kids, because what it's going to do is going to turn your shin green when you hide it. Because you're going to have it in your boot, right?
Yep.
So you got to have a good fork.
What the?
I always have a fork on me.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's got to be a good fork. You see the curve?
Yeah.
What I like to do is I like to hammer them flat. This one I didn't do because this is one of my working forks.
Yeah.
But your working forks, you hammer it flat. So when it's in your boot, it's not like digging into your shin the whole night. So have a silver fork. And by the way, this is my decoy fork because the ref's going to find that one.
Yeah. You got another
Then you
one.
got the backup fork.
He's got another one.
So always
He
have a second
really
fork.
is Abdul the Butcher.
Always have a second fork, kids. That's the tips from Buck the Russ on how to chew.
Abby, the white Abdul the Butcher.
Yes, the skinny Abdullah the Butcher.
The Abdul the Butcher with hair.
Right?
All right. Frank Bones.
Frank Bones.
Who's a great
Love
dude.
Frank Bones. Best
Great
episode
dude.
you've ever had.
Last
episode.
list. I said last.
Last.
List 5 favorite
Ugh.
WAW champs of all time. And I have a feeling Frank's fishing. Was he a WAW champ? Frank was, right?
He was one of the last ones, and he's one of the best ones.
He's
so
got to be
he
in the
makes
top
list.
5. Yeah, all
He's got to
right.
make the list. It's got to be FO. FO is Mr. WAW.
Yeah.
Christian Sane.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. We love you.
Don't say it.
Various never won that damn thing.
Oh, okay.
It was a crime. It's a crime. I would have put
I
him
don't
over in
know
a
if he's
heartbeat.
kidding or not.
Crime. What am I at? 3?
Yeah.
Delilah Hayden.
Yeah.
First female to win a major thing before Chikara, before TNA.
Yeah.
Delilah Hayden did it. And I'll put her freaking twice because she's that good.
Nice. All right. No Derek Conway.
23
He wasn't-
Conway
was the
great.
champ, right?
Yeah, he was the champ after I blew my knee out, lost the tag titles, and I felt so bad. But then he won
Conway's a good dude,
the
too.
WWE championship right after.
Remember
so,
23-28 so those guys can edit that.
yeah.
I got to say this. That's one of my favorite couples in wrestling.
Oh, they're the best.
Seriously.
Yeah,
they really are. I mean, there's a couple couples that I really like. Jen and Amato are awesome, too, you know? All right. Frank Bones has a couple more.
Okay.
Absolute best and worst moments ever in WAW.
Best moment is ribbon Conway any chance
Yeah.
I got, and worst moment was the day we all split up and had to go to Gloucester.
And had to go to Gloucester?
Yep, got kicked out of Murphy's, got our,
Right.
Yeah, the boxing commission came down on us, threw us out of town.
Can you put that fork away? You're making me nervous.
Am I?
All right. So Frank's got another question.
Yes.
How are you going to feel when I beat AJP in August and Proving Ground is the first promotion to represent all WAW originals as champions at the same time.
Oh my God,
that
that's
would
true.
that would be amazing.
I'm gonna
It
be
would.
there live to see it, so you better not let me down, Frank. You better beat him.
Frank's killing it too right now.
Oh.
He really, really is.
So talented.
Yeah, he is. Good guy too.
Absolutely. Hard work.
Another guy from Lowell.
Yes. Fucking someone in the
Lowell
water down
guys
there.
are great, man.
Someone in the water down there.
Yeah.
I'm just a scrub from Lynn, but
Dave, you got anything you want to add?
I was just going to say, Frank, what impressed me is, I'd say maybe almost a year ago now, maybe a little less than that. He had a broken foot or leg, and he was out there doing ring crew hopping on one
Yeah.
foot. Like, just that work ethic
helps.
alone always impressed me about him.
When they had the show recently in Nashua, he was the only one really making the ropes tight and all that.
Every show.
You know, yeah,
Every
he's a good
show.
dude, man. Frank's a
When he started,
real
great
good
guy.
guy, man. I like him.
Works his
I like
ass
him a
off.
lot. And his partner, that Greedy,
Greedy, hard
who
worker.
used to go out with someone that I'm very close to, Robin.
Small
Love
world.
Robin. She's family to me. She's my sister-in-law's cousin. She's an awesome person. Awesome. All right. Stephen Lambert has stopped by.
Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon.
Yes. If there was a beginner's guide to grindcore albums,
Grindcore.
what are 3 recommendations? Grindcore, is that like a heavy metal band or is that rap?
That's
What is
a
that?
genre of heavy metal. It's
Okay, like scream metal, like?
yeah, it's like super fast. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
30-second long
Thrash
songs.
metal.
It's very fast. Yes. So 3 grind. Wow, that really threw me off. That Pimp Daddy would be looking for that, but you got to start with the first Napalm Death. They're the first grindcore
Okay.
band. Then you got to go with Pig Destroyer. Their first album, Terror. What was it called? Prowler in the Yard, I believe it was called.
Okay.
Check out their first album. And they're more of a gore grind band, but I go with Cattle Decapitation. That was one of my first shows I've ever went to, and they're incredible.
All right. So Alex Volp is back.
Draven Filth.
Murderer's Row for life.
Yeah, buddy.
Favorite ribs.
Oh, man. I did one that was absolutely brutal where,
Come on, what was it?
so I'm with Chad Epic at Dairy Queen. It's like 1 a.m. He's like, you still ripping Conway all the time? I was like, nah, I can't get him. Just can't get him. So I was like, he's bringing me home. And I'm like, text him, tell him he's got to contact me as soon as he can. So he contacts me. Like, I won't answer the phone. So he's texting me like, what's going on? What happened? Like, we had like a meeting that he didn't go to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I screwed everything up. And then that's all I said. So the whole week I'm just texting him, sorry, I messed everything up. And we finally get to the show. It's like, I can't go to the show. They're going to call the cops on me. He's like, what? What did you do? And like, meanwhile, I didn't do anything. I'm just messing with him.
Right.
I show up at the show, and just by the grace of God, there's a cop car sitting in front of Murphy's gym, like right there. So I'm standing across the street. Conway's pulling up. I'm looking at this cop car. And he's like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Right.
What'd you do? It's like, I don't think the cop knows what I look like. I'm just going to run by him. It's like, no, we're not running by the cops. So I'm like freaking him out. We go down. We go to the back room. They log us in there. It's like, here's the thing. We're firing Buck DeRoss. We're going to fire you too, Conway.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, like, this is like a rib. Like, we're just messing with him.
Right.
And meanwhile, Conway's just like, all right, we're out of here. He grabs my wrist and like walks out like, whoa, dude, hold on. This is
Right.
a rib. I was waiting for him to be like, screw that. I wasn't even here. Like, why am I fired? Like, you know?
Right.
But that's the kind of dude Conway is. Like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's got your back.
we had nowhere to go, too. There was no proving ground at the time. There was
Right.
no RWA. We didn't know what they were. So, like, we just...
Right.
So that blew me away that someone would do that. Like, so that one blew up in my face a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like it did. You have anything you want to add, Dave?
No.
Okay.
No.
How
can you top that?
Oh, man.
Have you ever had one fail or backfire?
There you go. There's one
There
that
you
blew
go.
up.
There you go.
This one I turned around, it was pretty good, though. They were having one where Shane White was in the back room with the boss.
Shane White.
You know Shane White?
Oh,
You
I
must know
do.
Shane White. Don't
I
even say
do.
Shane-
He's a keyboard
He's
tough guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he was awful. But so they're doing a rip.
Threatening a 59-year-old guy. Me.
Yeah, that's his thing right there. Yeah, he's a scumbag.
He is.
So he's in there yelling at him, and like I'm sitting there with FO and Chris,
Yeah.
and we're like, this is a rib. And then like they're yelling like, you gonna pull your hands on me? It's like, it's a rib. So like I could lean over like, so when they come out of there, we're gonna grab Shane, we're gonna drag him to the alley, and we're gonna pretend we're like, don't worry, we're gonna beat his ass.
Right.
So like, we're count on 3, slam the door open, we grab Shane, they got him by the ankles, the wrists, they pick him up, dragging him out. I'm holding John back, like, listen, man, we're going to take him out back. We're going to handle business. Don't worry, John.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on. Like, we're going to handle business. Go beat him up. So, like, they're dragging him out the door.
Right.
And, like, they're like, this is real, but we're kidding. Like, oh, we know.
I didn't know he worked for WAW.
Yeah, he started there.
Yeah, he started there, too.
He's our fault. Sorry, guys. Sorry for Shane White.
Yeah.
We apologize.
I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. It's the
That's
worst.
funny. Now, Dan, do you watch wrestling on TV at all?
Yeah, I watch it. I don't
cool.
watch it. I watch it less and less. I watch it with Floody Bill Vox and Flex. We still watch pay-per-views every now and then.
Okay. So do you watch like Raw and that too?
I catch up on it.
SmackDown?
Yeah.
What do you think about, we just had Mr. Cena in here for the last episode.
What's his name?
John Cena
John
Sr.
Cena. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I know I've heard that name before.
But no, but he what was I gonna say? Now I lost my train of thought. You got me losing my train of thought on my own show. No, but
John Cena Sr.
Yeah, John Cena Sr. He watches wrestling and he thinks. Well, what was he saying about AEW?
So he was talking about how they need to like bring it back up a little bit.
Yes, yes. Well, about MJF.
Oh, MJ, yeah.
You know, but what do you think about MJF?
I think he's great. Like, as someone that's like, obviously big on the heels and
Right.
I love seeing like a modern interpretation of like the old school heel, and like how it's like kind of like a wink and a nod of like
Right.
all the old stuff that you'd watch back in the day.
That kid's
Still making it work.
That kid's a true heel because me and my friend Dan Bollier went to a show, Limitless show up in Maine.
Yeah.
And we were in a parking lot across the street from the venue. And MJF gets out of the car and he just doesn't see us. But the minute he saw us, he went just like this. Like the disgust look on his face, like, look at those marks looking at me. Like literally, he literally was like, and just went right into it. That's a real heel.
Yeah.
And
I'm always like that too. When I'm at a show, I'm never like not buck the Ross. 'Cause I know people are gonna like watch it like they don't want to like, oh, how are you? Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm always gonna be loud, like pushing people around, like, yeah, tough guy thinks he's tough.
Well, MJF, in my opinion, is the best heel.
Yeah.
He had a little kid come over to him in a wheelchair.
Oh, here we go.
And, MJF goes, how you doing? And the kid goes, good, how are you? And he stood up and started dancing, is better than you, to the kid in the wheelchair. I'm sorry, but that's a real heel,
That's
man.
heel, man. That's very heel.
You know? And he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, I personally think he's one of the best in AEW. I really do. Him, Swerve Strickland.
And he's better than like people give him credit for. They say like he's all talk. It's like, no, he can wrestle.
He
his ass
can
off.
wrestle too. He really can. Creative Pro, biggest name out of Creative Pro. And Creative Pro has put out a lot of good wrestlers, man. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Chris Statlander, you know? Some really good wrestlers to come out of Creative Pro in New York, you know?
Absolutely. Going back to a little bit
growth.
what you were talking about, I think that's a lost art is people staying in character
Yeah.
after a show is over. Like the worst thing that bothers me, especially when somebody's, the quote unquote bad guy, like
Right.
that illusion, like how do you want these people to keep liking you if after the show you're signing autographs
Right.
and you're, talking up a storm with them? Like to me, like even though they know it's not necessarily,
Yeah.
Real,
Yeah.
it still ruins
Yeah, you're letting
illusion.
that kid
It's like,
down.
Yeah.
and, yeah.
True.
I mean, there's a way. I mean, you gotta be a jerk, but I mean, there's a way to like,
Right.
be in character still.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying don't give them the autograph, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like don't be this like
I always like would sign it. Like I usually don't sign anything with my attorney present, but this is once. Here you go.
Everybody wants to be the cool heel now, too. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying everybody, but you know what I mean? Everybody, like, thinks they want to be the cool heel, you know?
I just happen to be cool and heel. It just happened.
There you go.
It all works
that
out.
works.
It works out.
But no, but we were talking about like some guys that are new to wrestling, fairly new to wrestling, that's really killing it. Guys like Ichiban, you know Ichiban?
Yes. Yeah.
He just won the Shane Shamrock Cup
Nice.
for Maryland Championship Wrestling. Very, very good wrestler. Only been wrestling like a few years, 3 or 4
Really?
years.
I didn't even know he was that. Yeah. It's one of those guys that you see him just out of nowhere and like, wow, where'd he come
There's
from?
a
Like,
lot of great talent in New England right now. One of the best really is Brad Baylor. I brought him up last episode. That kid is unbelievable.
I first saw him at WFA and just very impressed with him.
Dude, he plays lacrosse in college and stuff.
I think I don't remember who I was talking about, but I said he's got. I think it was Mike Hall I was talking to about it actually.
Yeah.
The show. I said he's just got that look.
He does have the look.
He's got that character.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Very talented
Reminded
kid.
me of a very young-
There's a lot of Alec Price is another kid that's really, really good, you know? Barry Ace.
Yeah.
Another kid that's just incredible.
He's not a kid anymore.
That's true.
He was born a man.
What was he gonna...
Came out the womb a man, like a Terminator robot.
Would you say he came out of the womb of a man?
Yes.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. No, let's be nice. I mean, you know. All right. WWE.
Yes.
The Bloodline.
Yeah.
I was surprised Mr. Cena said he thinks it's kind of overdone. I don't agree with that. I love how Solo is now taken over as the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about what anybody else thinks. He's the leader of the Bloodline. Remember when he said to Paul Heyman, Paul, Roman ain't coming back. And you know that's a lie. You know?
It's perfect.
And how they put Heyman through the table and all that. It sets it all up for them to come back as baby faces. And the Usos are going to come right back with them. You know that's going to happen. And you're going to have Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Yeah, this whole Bloodline thing, like people are going to be talking about this for like next 20 years. Like
I don't think it should go that long. But
no, but it's going to be one of those things where people are going to be talking about forever. Like, remember how good
But if you
Roman's reigns
have
was?
different guys to keep adding, you might as well keep it going. And there's more guys. Umaga's got a kid, Zila Fatu.
Yep.
Who's unbelievable. He's been training with Booker T.
Yep.
And I've actually seen some stuff like on YouTube. And he's like, excuse me, sorry, I swore again. But kid's incredible, man.
I can't believe I made it, 20 minutes without swearing? I'm horrible.
But Zila's really good worker. Yeah, you did good there.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, you did say a couple bad words.
Yeah.
Barry Ace.
Well, that was at the very beginning of the show.
No, it's actually, we've kept it going the whole show.
Who promotes it? I want a little Barry Ace counter in the corner.
Barry Ace is going to be
Ace, ting, 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 ting.
Trending on X or Twitter or whatever you call it.
Yeah. He's a Hollywood star. You seen his IMDb?
Oh, God, that's funny.
I did want to ask, just because I don't know a lot about WAW.
Right.
Were you there from the beginning?
No, but people always relate to me as one of the original guys, but I go way back to 08.
Yeah.
So I was there a long time. Freakin' Flax was there before me.
Yeah.
Billy Vox was there before me, FO.
The first one I remembered, I don't remember his giving name, but his real name is Garrett McCormick. He's like the first one I remember talking about.
Garrett McCormick, I know that.
Yeah, he wrestled
I think I have
for
him on
NWA.
Facebook.
Rob Marsh?
Yes, that's
Rob
him.
Marsh.
Yes.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love him.
I haven't
Rob
seen him
Marsh.
in years, but I remember when he first started
Deathmatch
out.
wrestling with Chad Epic. Yeah, that guy's badass.
He used to hang around with Jamie Payne and Nemesis way back.
Oh,
in the
really?
day, yeah.
No kidding. Those are great. Those are good workers, man.
And Gino. He was around Gino.
Nice.
Gino, yeah.
I love Gino, man. I talked to Gino maybe a week and a half ago.
Gino Martino. Yeah.
Good dude, man.
There's two Ginos.
I love Gino
Love both of
Martino. My son's favorite wrestler. My son, when he was little, he loved, on TV, he liked the small wrestlers, but when I would take him to an indie show, he liked the big guys. And he loved Gino. You know, Gino would come off the rope with the cactus jack elbow to the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff. Matter of fact, Gino asked me, he's like, hey, how's your son doing? I was like, Mike's 33 years old now. He's like, get out of here. I'm like, God, he works for UPS as a driver. Yeah. Michael, I'm proud of you. Took 3 years of his life, man, to work for UPS to become a driver because he said he wanted to drive for him. And they said, you got to work for us a minimum 3 years.
All right. Now I'm going to put you on the spot here, and if it's going to get anybody in trouble, you don't have to admit this, but knowing WAW, they ran in New Hampshire. Did you guys actually sanction yourselves for the state athletic commission?
No,
and get
No, they didn't.
That's why we got in so much trouble. So we got thrown out of town.
Really?
Okay.
Ran us out with pitchforks.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Well,
I don't know how we
New
made it.
Hampshire, and I actually. The New Hampshire wrestling commissioner that's been there for a long
brutal.
time,
They're
Steve
brutal.
Boucher.
When I started this show, I would have never had you on or any. I really wouldn't have. But I've learned that there's a lot of good people that come from WAW.
Yeah.
Really. And I've likened all the ones
I'm not
gotten
one of them, but there's some good
you're
ones.
a good dude. No, but I'm just saying everyone that I've met from there, I've liked.
Do these matches?
Yourself included, Jim.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do the matches still live on YouTube and places? Because
Yeah, it's still on YouTube. There's a lot of matches on YouTube.
We're still making stuff. We're still. I did a show in Newton with Delilah.
Yeah, no, I remember
Basically running
that show. Delilah actually.
Is that the one Sabu was on?
That was an OCW, but it was the guy. So it was it's Freight Train. It was Delilah.
Freight Train. That's another guy I like a lot. I like Freight Train. He's got a son too, Caleb.
Caleb's great.
Yeah. Manson, right? Is it Mason or Manson?
Manson. You say Mason all the time, but him and Reggie, they're all right.
Yeah. You have never met Freight Train, have you?
No.
He was on the show.
There was another Freight Train.
We're always rubbing each other over who has better hair.
But then there's also another Freight Train. Remember the $5 wrestling?
Oh, my God. That blew him away. Oh, my God.
I don't think I've ever met him. I only remember the original Freight
Train. It was
a
Freight Train versus Freight Train match would be the greatest of all time.
That would be funny, huh? But Freight Train, he's taking trips to Georgia and all that to wrestle.
All over the place, yeah. He was around before the other Freight Train, so
have you ever been to any of his summer parties?
No.
Because, listen.
I've been invited, but I've heard things. I've heard things.
That the food's
he
incredible.
Throws them out. Yeah.
I heard he throws a hell of a party, man. I think I might want to go next time. Yeah. Seriously.
All right, I'll go to the next one, too.
Bring some food. Yeah. And that was like Gloucester, right?
Give me an invitation.
That area, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freight Train's a good dude. You'd like him, dude.
Oh, I'm sure.
You definitely would like him. He's a good guy. Like I said, everybody that I've met from WAW, there's not one person that I didn't like. Well, there is one.
Shane White.
No.
No, there's another one.
I was going to say, Leo, I like
Did you like
him? Who'd you say?
Shane White.
Who's that? Do I know who that is?
I guess not.
Chin White?
Shane White?
Oh, Shane White. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, he's a jerk.
Yeah, screw Shane White.
A big jerk threatening a 59-year-old guy.
He threatened other old ladies, too, like some other time.
He threatened old ladies?
Yeah.
He is a dirtbag.
And then they didn't show up the next week. They showed up the next week to beat him up, and he didn't show up.
The two worst people ever get mentioned on here, Barry Ace and Shane White, they were mentioned in the same episode.
I told you, I like everybody, even Barry Ace.
We're the pirate ship, baby.
Listen, I got nothing against Barry. I'm just messing around. I've known Barry for a long time.
He's been around a long time.
And I think I can joke with him. I think he knows I'm busting his chops.
I think he's misunderstood sometimes.
He might be misunderstood. He's not a bad kid. He's really not.
And he believes in himself. I think that's what gets people sometimes. He believes in himself.
Yeah.
As you should. I don't disagree with that at all.
He shot some stuff for me when me and Bob McCarthy were doing this thing.
Oh, man.
We were doing a thing called, it was like, I was Crazy C. He was, what was his? I forget his name. But we shot a thing in Milano, it's a place I used to work at.
Yeah.
I went and did karaoke, and I sang the Honky Tonk Man song, right?
No way.
So at the bar, where we're standing, and we're in the bar section, but this way is the pizza place, where you go in and you order your food, and then the bars on this. So I said to him, Bob says, I'm going to go over here for chicks. You go over here. Don't embarrass me. So I sing the song, and as the song ends, Bob comes up, and I told him, friggin' hammer me with a slap. He slaps me as hard as he can, man. I go down to my knee. I'm like, whoa. But Barry, right away, he was stuck and he was shooting. There was a mirror there. And I said to him, Barry, don't get caught up in the mirror. And he was smart enough to move, to move around so he didn't get caught in the shot.
The pro.
Yeah. He did a good job.
Hollywood Barry Ace.
He did a good job. But we shot some stuff, and he shot stuff at we bought a show of Jimmy Allen's Trooper, New England, New World Wrestling Extreme in Bellingham, Mass. We gave him $100 and we shot the show. On that show was Kenny Omega, Danny Duggan,
That was before the Extreme.
Yes.
It was just New World Wrestling.
Yes. I met Kenny Omega, and I asked him how Danny Duggan was doing. The greatest wrestler supposedly in the world, and I didn't care that it was him. I asked how his buddy was, who's not as good as him. But he's from Canada.
You should have asked the two of them how their BG East matches were now.
How their what?
Their BG East matches were. We'll talk about that off the
Well, I don't even know what that is.
You shouldn't either.
Oh, I shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah. They always wrestling dummies and all those?
No. It was...
What was it?
It was geared at a special audience. Let's just leave it that way.
Is this a sexual thing, Dave?
You have to throw out the NSFW filter on that one?
I just remember them talking about it on a trip that I was in the car with them on. That's why.
Who?
I ain't going through your laptop.
Danny Duggan and Kenny
Omega.
You were in the car with them?
Oh, yeah. We used to go to Maine all the time with them.
Are you serious?
We used to stay at Quentin Michaels' house, and then he would pick us all up, and we'd go up to Maine and do shows.
Quentin Michaels. What's up with that kid?
I saw him at Fenway last year. That was the last time I've seen him.
Really? Had you ever gone on to the Fenway show at all? Seriously, to check it out? It's pretty cool, man. I've gone to a couple of them. It is pretty cool.
A couple. They did with a belt
to see the wrestling in Fenway. I mean, it ain't on the field, which would be a lot cooler.
Yeah, it's off to the side. Yeah, I've seen them.
You know, but it's pretty cool. I mean,
you should have showed up. Everybody else got booked.
Yeah,
I love Bo, but Bo did book. Bo's such a nice guy.
He's the best. Bo's the best.
Yeah, and then the main event couldn't even go on because it went too late.
Yep.
That's Bo, though.
But Bo, he's
Bo doesn't know
so
how to keep
nice,
time.
man.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but
wicked nice guy.
Super solid guy.
And Dante Luna. I don't know if you know Dante. He does documentaries and stuff. And this is what I always say about Dante. Someday the whole world's gonna know who he is. No. Guy's good.
For the record, I love you, Bo.
Oh, I love Bo. He knows you
I've
do.
known Bo since the day he started. You know? Yeah. But it's just that is the running joke, Bo, and I'm not the only one to say it.
Right. Yep. Bo's the best, though. He really is. We got to talk about.
It's not even a joke. He's a nice
Oh, he is a nice guy. Of course he is. He's one of. Matter of fact, when I met all the guys 20 years ago, he was one of them. Bo, Slick, Jason, Gino, all of them, man. They, welcomed me with open arms, and I wasn't even in the business. But anything you want to plug, Dan?
Actually, we had John Cena Sr. here earlier, right?
Yeah.
People don't know this, but I do the greatest John Cena impression of all time.
The senior impression, or
not
the
senior, the other one there, the less famous kid there. What's his kid's name? John Cena.
John. Yeah.
His name's John Cena. You want to see my face?
Yeah, I do. You can't see him because he's going to have a green shirt on. Can't see him.
Can't see him.
Yep.
No hot has been in this friggin' thing all night. Just to rib you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Barry
I've
Ace.
been cooking in this thing just to do John Cena.
I don't know what was worse.
John Cena didn't even
Barry
hear.
Ace mentions or the John Cena impression?
I don't know. What do you think?
Impression.
Dan.
What?
Good having you on.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. Seriously, I know I gave you a little crap at one time on Facebook, but it's all good, brother.
I can take
Dave,
it.
again, brother.
Thank you. It was a fun show. Nice meeting you. I really enjoyed it.
That was a lot of fun, Dan. Definitely.
Oh, my mic's down here. Barry Ace.
That's not 1,000 times he's
1,000 times,
baby. Even has a channel on YouTube. Barry Ace. Look it up.
No,
I'm sure
don't.
It does. BarryAce.com.
Oh, man.
That's a plug in Barry Ace. All his movies.
Guys, we're out. Peace.
Barry Ace.
Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.